Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott Wave update for MANTA. Since last video, it looks like we've actually started to fill out an impulse, which is a pretty bullish sign, and we are right now consolidating sideways, which looks good for further upside. Now, this was a very ugly count, and since I just did Matic, I want to show you how the ugly short waves, even that go against guidelines, they can still go. I just aim towards guidelines every chance I get, but I'm aware, that's why I just raise stops like in Matic, if you haven't watched that this is a possibility as well. So we had a very ugly diagonal to begin with. This barely qualifies as a diagonal. The third is not the shortest wave. This fifth wave would be the shortest, but just barely. Very, very ugly diagonal, right? This is why I mean diagonals can always look like WXYs or ABCs, because all that would be is an A, get a flat ABC, right? Same idea, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They very much mirror each other when you're panning them out. Obviously, the most important thing is the reaction after the fact. So you had a wave 1, very short wave 2, even came past guidelines, past the 618, but didn't close below. Then recovered very quickly, very short retrace for our wave 2. Again, going against a lot of guidelines, but it just shows you when we're bullish, the improbable thing tends to happen. It can happen very easily. That's why we just push our stops rather than trying to exactly mimic what should happen in an ideal scenario, right? We never get ideal in the market. After that, we had 5 waves up for our third. I believe we have completed our fourth wave right between the 382 and the 50, ideal spot for our fourth, and now pushing up for our fifth wave in the third, in which case I'd expect a fourth wave right around price discovery, and then look for our fifth after that. So these aren't hitting ideal fibs currently, but if we go to linear, we are, which is what I'm going with, linear. So off our first 1-2, we expect the micro 1-2 to come to the 618, which it did. We then expect the third wave to come between the 1.236 and 382, which it did, as you can see. And then we expect our third to come to the 1.618, which is at $4. So you can see on linear, it makes total sense. We're staying within our pitchfork. On log, we're targeting basically the 1.382 and then the 1.618. So we're just down a fib on log for targets, and linear, it's respecting it ideally. So looking for this third wave to top around $4. It doesn't mean just sell off of it. I would actually suggest just raising stops to where this fourth wave would invalidate, because we can get pushing. Remember, we are moving into price discovery, so a lot can happen. So what I would do is this would be a fourth wave, just put my stop past the 50 and let it run out, because even this fifth can get extended, price discovery, right? But if you're watching it on the very small time frames, obviously you can take advantage of all those, but if it's a long-term hold, I would just raise stops, because this thing can get moving. Not saying it's going to, I'm just saying it can. Remember, newer coins tend to either break very hard or be stuck in a range forever. Forever, I mean like quite a long time, where it's frustrating to trade. So hopefully this breaks. Had a nice recovery since our last videos previous, but it looks good for another move to the upside. My hard stop would just be past this 50 at 327, just in case we come up here, make a running flat, right? Something like that. I want to make sure I'm in the guideline area for fourth wave, which is just past the 50. So that's what MANTA looks like it's doing. It looks very nice, but I just wanted to show you how the improbable thing can happen. Like this doesn't look like a diagonal. It looks terrible. This retracement was so slow, so quick. Even here, I was expecting this to be a flat, so the time guideline looked better intact. Didn't do that, so it went completely against all guidelines, and it's making an impulse. And we have to adjust to the fact that it's making an impulse. Very nice sideways consolidation. Nothing really showing on the 15-minute. No real divergence or anything yet. A little bit, but it'll get wiped out on this third wave. But I will be paying attention in the future for this fifth wave to see what happens. But very nice. If you're not in this trade, not financial advice, you do what you will. Again, stop would just be past that 50. And if you think this is making 5 waves to the upside, stop can go at the past 618 of this wave, right? All depends what your risk tolerance is, how you trade. But yeah, looks good. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this one and trading it in the future. I am not currently in it. All right, guys, that's it for Manta. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.